Returned home to take on the A's in the Bay Bridge series. Behind Johnny Cueto, San Francisco took game 1 of the series against their Bay Area rivals. Tonight it's game 2 with Jeff Samardzija in his final tune-up of the spring. The countdown to the regular season is on, so stay tuned. Giants, A's, and it's next. The Bay Bridge series continues tonight. We're once again at AT Park as we get ready for Giants exhibition baseball. And tonight it's, of course, the A's and the Giants. Hi again, everybody. I'm Dwayne Kuiper. Alongside me is Mike Krukow. Well, look, you know, we always talk about these games and what is their importance? Well, the importance is a tune-up. It's your last start before the regular season, and that's the case with Jeff Samardzija.
Well, for Jeff Samardzija, I mean, he wants to take some confidence into the season. So tonight they'll look to have him throw 5, maybe 6 innings, depending on the pitch count. It's all about getting up, sitting down, getting up, sitting down, and having a good feel in each of the innings that he's going to go out there and try and throw. I'm
assuming, Mike, that the Giants and their coaching staff and the manager and the brass have really all decided the 25-man roster, but you never know.
Well, you're right, and there is a you never know factor. They have to have the 25 guys in here shortly, but I'm not really convinced that they are completely 100% sure of who they're going to be. So this game takes on a little extra meaning. Everybody in this ball game, especially some of the guys who figure to be bench players and bullpen guys, there's a lot riding on this game.
Absolutely. All right, we'll have fun here at the Yard no matter what. Stay tuned. We'll take you to our CSN Bay Area studios for an update from Dave Feldman and Ahmed Fareed. We'll hear from Feldy and Fareed right after these messages.
Dave Feldman, Ahmed Fareed. We are excited. We are your new host for Giants pre- and post-game live.
All season long. Giants. It's a long season, you know, David.
It is a long season, yeah.
It's a marathon, not a sprint. But we got company to to help us out. Tim Flannery going to be back. He'll be with us on opening day, along with Randy Wynn, Sean Estes.
The double nickel, 55.
Yep. Bill Lasky will be back as well. We got some new friends coming on board, too.
Matt Williams, the great third baseman.
Matt Williams going to be out. Okay.
Former Nats skipper, so he's got all kinds of experience. Cody Ross is going to join us. So
Javier Lopez.
Newly
retired Javier. 4 rings for Javier Lopez. 1 with Boston, 3 with the Giants. So that's a big change over on the Giants side. We'll be with you. Games right here on NBC Bay Area, as well as games on the newly formed. So this is what's happening, Dave. CSN is no longer coming.
No, we're now NBC Sports Bay Area.
Yeah.
Easier to say, prettier to look at.
Yeah.
And it rolls off the tongue.
NBC Sports Bay Area, powered by Xfinity. That changeover comes up on Sunday when all this whole season begins. Bumgarner, Greinke, opening day in Arizona. What's your pick?
We'll be on the air at noon. I think the Giants win. They start the season 1-0.
Oh,
I think that's on the road.
Okay.
Then they'll come back in the
on
week.
the record, Giants win opening day. How about this one? We'll see, I guess, right? We're going to get you back out to AT Park right after this short break right here on NBC Bay Area.
In the Bay, all is right with the world for the next few hours anyway. Welcome back to our broadcast. I'm Amy Gutierrez. Your San Francisco Giants are getting set to kick off game 2 of this 3-game exhibition series with the Oakland A's. And a really nice win for the Giants last night right here at home and getting things started for them and trying real hard for that opening day roster spot, Chris Marrero. We're going to take a look at our Who's Hot, brought to you by Papa Murphy's Fresh Made Fresh Baked Love at 425 degrees, and that's hot. And so is Chris Marrero. And we're going to start with a look at his defense last night. Now, he can play first base, and he can also play a little bit of left field, which makes him very intriguing to skipper Bruce Bochy. Check out the shoestring catch. And he wasn't just getting it done on defense, he got it done at the plate as well, breaking up a no-hitter in the 5th inning. Line drive down the right field line. He legs a double out of it. Now, skipper Bruce Bochy did say he is open to platooning left field, and he alluded that that job could very well be shared by Jarrett Parker and and Chris Marrero. Jarrett Parker is getting the start in left field tonight. The A's have a righty up on the mound for your San Francisco Giants, Jeff Samardzija. And when we return after these messages, you're going to get Kruk and Kite, first pitch, and lineups all coming your way. Stay with us.
Park, and it'll be the A's and the Giants. Let's take a look at the A's lineup that'll face Jeff Samardzija. It'll go like this: the former Giant Raj Davis to lead it off, followed by Joyce Lowry and Chris Davis. Did not see Chris Davis last night. Trevor Plouffe, and then Yonder Alonso will hit 6th, followed by Simeon Marcana, and then hitting 9th will be the catcher Josh Figley.
On the hill tonight for the Giants will be the veteran Jeff Samardzija. Samardzija in his 8th year at the big league level, 32 years of age. Big guy, 6'5", 225 pounds. This is what he's done in camp this year. 1-3 with an ERA of 7.11. Most of that was early. Guys with power arms, they developed that fastball late in spring. Wound up with 19 innings pitched, 18 strikeouts against 6 walks. When you take your at-bats against him, you're going to see a high-velocity fastball that can go 92 to 98 miles per hour with 2 types of movement. He's got a slurvy slider, a curveball, and he's got a changeup. Last year, when he brought the curveball back into his repertoire of pitches, his last 11 starts in 2016, ERA at 2.86 with 68 strikeouts and 20 walks. He looks to take that momentum into this season. Let's take a look at the defense the Giants will employ tonight behind Samardzija, starting in their outfield from left to right. It'll be Parker, Span, and Pitts. Crawford Nunez on the left side of the infield, Panic and Bell on the right side. Buster Posey, he'll be in the squad, putting down the signs. And a good chance if you're looking at the starting lineup you're going to see come Sunday when the Giants tee it up against Zach Greinke and the Arizona Diamondbacks.
All right, so I can do my scorecard now.
I'm thinking it's a chance.
All right. All righty. So this will be the last exhibition game played in this ballpark. Giants will play the A's tomorrow across the bay at the Coliseum. As Davis stands in and Samardzija looks in. And the first pitch of the ball game is on its way. and we get started with a called strike. So we get started early again. Raj Davis hitting just over 300. He fouls this one back. You're right. I missed the radar gun.
Yeah, it's such a big part of baseball now. To be without it for a whole month, it's a little weird.
On deck is Matt Joyce. Samardzija out in front. And this is hit foul down the right field line and out of play. Giants won last night by a final of 3-0, upping their record this spring in games that don't count to 18 and 16. And the A's are at 500 at 16 and 16. Got him. And that's how this game gets started.
Good change up for the kill pitch. Take a look at the circle changeup he uses for his changeup. Perfect location. It's nice when you're heading the count. You can go it down below and guys will chase.
All right, well, let's guess. The velocity on that was, I'm going to say, 83.
I think you're right on. It's about 10 miles per hour slower than what his fastball would be on average.
Here's Matt Joyce. Joyce takes low and in. Home plate umpire is Tom Woodring, followed by Miller, Knight, and Sherwater. The latter three will rotate on the bases for this game. Woodring behind the dish. Rolled foul to even the count at 1 ball and 1 strike.
Well, you'll like Tom Woodring's strike zone, and he looks for strikes. It's the perfect strike zone to have when you're this deep into spring training. So basically, if you're up there in the batter's box tonight, swing the bat.
And Matt Joyce takes high, 2 balls and 1 strike.
I mean, that should be your mindset anyway, right?
I agree. Absolutely. And the 2-1 pitch to Matt Joyce is a strike. It's 2-2. You're right. I like the guy already.
It's a good zone to pitch to.
No overshift, but close. Panic out at shallow right field. Got him. 2 down.
Again, the payoff pitch, the changeup. I mean, this is a pitch that he's really done some serious work on. Remember last year he had the split that he used, and he really choked it deep in his fingers, and he didn't have great command with it. To the point where he just sort of canned the pitch. They gave him a circle change grip. They moved the ball out on his fingertips, and now he has the feel of that pitch like he has with his fastball, and it's a weapon.
Here's Jed Lowry, a couple of hits last night. And Lowry takes a pitch wide. Lowry, a good spring, 319, does not have a home run. He's got 6 runs batted in. Outfield straight away. Off the line at third is Nunez. And the 1-0 from Samardzija is to the back foot. 2 balls and no strikes.
Hey, the whole family's here. I think we got some Twinkies right there.
I think we do. Dressed out. And it's wide. 3-0. So Samardzija unhappy.
Well, this deep into spring, what you want to see is a command of all your movement, all your pitches. You want to have control of it. You want your arm to be strong enough to absorb 100 pitches.
And a strike.
You want to be able to find your rhythm out of the windup. You want to be able to find your rhythm quickly out of the stretch. And you check those things off each night you go out there, but it's especially important now as you head into games that are going to start counting.
3-2 on the foul down the right field line. Beautiful night. A little chillier last night. Tonight, first pitch, 66 degrees. The sun splashing off the windows over in Berkeley, in the Berkeley Hills.
Are the bonfires going tonight?
Oh, yeah.
Reflection on the windows look like bonfires in the hills.
Pop up. And this should end the inning. It'll be 2 strikeouts and a pop up. And Samardzija with a nice inning and a nice comeback against Lowry. Top of the order coming up, and that'll be Denard Span. The first inning, the Giants starting lineup is sponsored by Southwest. Yes, the low fares with nothing to hide. That's right, that's transparency. So it'll be Spanvelt and Pence. Buster Posey will be the cleanup hitter. Brandon Crawford. Crawford is going to hit in the 5th spot. Then Parker Nunez in panic, and Jeff Samardzija will hit 9th.
On the hill tonight for the Oakland Athletics will be the right-hander Jarrell Cotton. Cotton, 25 years of age. He's got 26 days at the big league level. Got called up last year by Oakland. So he's a true rookie. This is what he has done in spring training. 16 2/3 innings pitched, 19 strikeouts. Got good stuff. He averaged over a strikeout an inning throughout his minor league career. 499 strikeouts against 130 walks and 447 innings. Those are good numbers. That gets you to the big leagues.
And the first pitch a bit high.
Got some giddy up on the fastball and a high 3/4 release, which gives him tilt on a breaking ball.
Span breaks his bat and rolls this one to Lowry. So Span retired, 1 out. And that'll bring up Belt.
Let's take a look at the A's defensively tonight. Behind Cotton, they're going to set it up this way. From left to right in the outfield will be Canna, Davis, and Joyce. Simeon, Plouffe. They're on the left side of the infield. Lowry and Alonso on the right side. Josh Begley, he'll be in the squad, putting down the signs.
Here's Belt. Belt, 3 home runs this spring. He's got 8 runs batted in, hitting at .283. And looked like Belt was taking all the way, and the first pitch is high. No overshift, but Simeon shading Belt to pull. And tight 2-0 with Hunter Pence to follow, and then Buster Posey. Giants had the play ball luncheon today, so it's been a long day for these players. Foul back. Dealt with a good swing. 2 balls and 1 strike.
But a great turnout at the play ball luncheon, and all the proceeds benefit the Junior Giants program, which pretty amazing when you see the looks on the faces of those kids. Over 25,000 kids now benefit from the Junior Giants program.
Fouled at the plate. Bochy was there. Barry Bonds was there.
Good turnout all this year's 2017 version of the Giants. And even a lot of the call-ups that will be sent to Sacramento here shortly. There's the skipper. A lot of alumni. Yep, Barry Bonds, not to be forgotten.
Belt pops it up. Who's it going to be? And it's going to be Plouffe, who moved over from third to play on the right side of the diamond. So it's a pop up to the third baseman. And here's Hunter Pence.
Saw the flags above the clock out in center field. A little breezy, not anything that's abnormal. All in all, it's a beautiful night to play baseball in the Bay.
Pence, base hit, right field. So Hunter Pence with a 2-out single. That's the first hit. And the first base runner in this game. But suppose he gets the hit.
He's definitely getting close. And when you can beat a location, that is not a hanger from Cotton. I mean, that's down outside corner at the knees, and he goes with it to the right field side. And this is what the Giants have been waiting for him to do. Take the pitch the opposite way and maintain his balance through his swing.
I see some facial hair on Hunter Pence.
Yeah, absolutely.
Maybe coming back. Here's Buster Posey. Swing.
Good changeup.
Well, Hunter Pence is a newlywed. Facial hair now becomes two people vote, right?
They do. And that vote gets a little louder after the I do's go down.
Posey hits a high fly ball in the park to left. Canna is there, and that'll end the inning. So no runs, a hit, one left after one. It's 0-0.
AT Park, the A's taking on your San Francisco Giants. Top of the second inning, still no score. Welcome back to our broadcast. I'm Amy Gutierrez, and some news today from skipper Bruce Bochy about that roster. Matt Cain has been announced as the Giants' 5th starter in that rotation. Ty Block is on the 25-man roster. He will be pitching from the bullpen, and the Giants announced that they did release Jimmy Rollins to pursue other opportunities. Dwayne and Mike.
All right. Yeah, we knew that once the Giants had invited all those veterans as this is hit into the hole. Crawford on the back end. Time to set and throw, and they got him. He's playing on both ends.
You know, an example of shortstop instinct. The one thing about Chris Davis is he really takes a while to get unwound in his swing. That allows a shortstop a little extra time to get his feet under him. He didn't have to hurry the throw, braced, set, and then unload. And a nice pick on the back end of it by Belt.
So here's Trevor Plouffe. But talking about Rollins, look, you have all those veterans in that have a lot of experience. There's going to be some tough decisions and tough moments when you have to tell these guys that they're not going to make the team. Nunez to Belt, 2 down. And everybody really enjoyed Jimmy Rollins. Enjoyed him a lot.
Yeah, it was our pleasure to be around him. I mean, he's just nothing but a class act, and we really believe he's a Hall of Famer to be. And we wish you the best. Hope he stays in baseball.
Here's Yonder Alonso, who takes a breaking ball for a strike.
Samardzija really showing a nice command of that changeup, that circle change. Except for that one.
That one gets away from him as it ricochets off of Buster Posey's glove. Alonso, a big spring. 373, 4 home runs, 12 runs batted in. In the dirt, 2 balls and a strike.
I don't think I've ever seen him throw 3 splits in a row, or not splits, but 3 changeups.
Well, maybe 4 in a row. Maybe not. Belt or Panic? Belt side retired. 2 ground balls and a pop-up, and it'll be Crawford, Nunez, and Parker coming up. 0-0. Ballpark on Easter Sunday, and they will be taking on the Colorado Rockies. Our special Easter ticket offer includes 2 tickets for only $60 and a See's Candies treasure egg. Ooh. Visit sfgiants.com/Easter for more information or to purchase. The See's Candies treasure egg.
They're good.
You don't know it.
Well, there's a bunch of eggs in there. Are you kidding me?
So you've already seen this and tasted this.
Oh yeah, Easter eggs.
Yeah. Crawford high drive to left. Canna looking up. Gone. Give you an idea of his power and what he can do.
Since the day he came into the big league, he's been able to cover the high pitch and go the other way with it. This is a little bit at the belt with movement going away from him, and he just clips it with backspin and takes it right on out of here. I don't see many opposite field home runs in this ballpark.
No, I mean, that wasn't a wall scraper either. As Munoz takes a call strike. That's Crawford's second of the spring.
You know, that's just equal strength in both hands. He's a dominant right-hand hitter, hitting from the left side. And I mean, that swing was just perfect strength in both hands, right through the ball.
Out of play down the right field line.
Guarantee I didn't feel like anything on the bat head. That was pure.
And a little high.
You know, you get a guy taking a swing like that and going opposite field this ballpark. That's the type of stuff that excites a whole bench.
High and deep to left. Canna back. And he's going to make the catch in front of the cars. Save that one for Sunday.
I think you're right. Save that one for Chase Field, Arizona. A lot more carry in that ballpark. Still a nice swing. I mean, Ben Arm threw the ball. He got the bat head on it. You were talking about the sound of Eduardo Nunez's batting practice yesterday. It's a little bit louder than most people. He didn't quite get all that one.
Here's Parker. Parker takes in tight. Joe Panic on deck. Swinging a foul, 1 ball and 1 strike.
That's good. A 1-0 swing. Cotton's not afraid of his fastball. He's coming right at him.
See the numbers for Parker. The home runs and RBIs, most of those came early in spring. And you try and take advantage of only 1 defender and playing deep on the left side, and Parker takes low. And
well,
Simeon's going to say, that's all right. You know, you want to do it again, fine.
A guy who's got power, if he's bunting, he's doing you a favor. But if you're trying to do it just so the scouts will put it in the report, that brings that shortstop in a little bit, which gives you a little more range to get a hit the opposite way, I think perhaps it's worth it.
Yep. Parker with a healthy rip.
That's 2 good swings. I mean, both swings he's had against Cotton in this at bat have been pant fillers.
So Parker gets it to 3 balls and 2 strikes. And this is hit high and deep and into the water. Foul.
I don't care if it's foul. It's still fun to watch.
Yeah. Some float, some don't.
He really wasn't that fooled on that changeup at 76 miles per hour, and we do have our speed gun back.
Speed gun here at the ballpark. Baseballs are like people. Some float, some don't.
Isn't that amazing?
It's amazing.
Let's take a look from our splash cam. And still very cool. Never gets old.
Our family has one person in it that does not float, and that's my dad. He's never learned how to swim.
He's 91.
Well, he could have learned when he was 10. He's gone a long time.
He's
staying in the shallow end.
That's over 91 years.
Parker goes. The pitch is high. The throw got him. And Ron Otis is going to spin around and take a peek at the phone.
Well, it was a perfect throw from Josh Fegley. They got him.
Yes, they did.
I mean, you just, when it's all perfect like that defensively, and I thought that Parker had a great jump.
So here's Panic. And Panic takes high. Panic at 261, a home run. He's got 5 driven in. And a little flare and a base hit. So here's Samardzija. Samardzija can hit a little bit. His numbers may not show that, but he's a threat. If you watch him in batting practice, he can hit. And a healthy rip and a foul back with its 0-1.
Not only can he hit, he's a threat to go deep at any given time.
Didn't happen last year, did it?
No. I always thought it was going to. If you watch his batting practice, it's almost as impressive as Madison Bumgarner's.
Yeah, that's what I was just saying. He can light it up. Panic with his lead, and Samardzija strikes out to end the inning. Giants on the board. Crawford hits a opposite field home run. And check out this nice flat swing from Brandon Crawford. Giants on the board, 1-0 as we head to inning number 3.
Coverage of everything orange and black. Check out Pregame Live and Postgame Live before and after every regular season Giants telecast on CSN Bay Area, authentic Bay Area sports.
Marcus Semien to lead things off. Semien, Mark Canha, and then Fegley against Samardzija, who's not allowed a hit. Crawford's going to go back, and there's the first hit for Marcus Semien. Broadcasters jinx.
I think it's one thing you want to see if you're Dave Rigetti. You want to see a leadoff hitter get on and your starting pitcher pitch through it. It was the first time that Samardzija is going to get in a stretch tonight. And we mentioned earlier, I mean, those things you need to check off your list if you're Samardzija. How quickly can you get into your rhythm once you get into your stretch? We'll find out.
Here's Canha. Canha was the DH last night. He's in left field tonight. And there's a pitch in tight. 1 ball and no strikes. So the radar gun is on. The radar gun here at the ballpark had that at 92. So we do not have to guess or speculate now. And a quick toss to first, and Semien gets back easily.
Semien, that combination of speed and strength, can hit the home run, can steal you a base. That kind of ability sort of jumps off the page, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. Old foul. Shoots right past our ball dude. We do not have ball dude information.
We just got it.
All right.
That's Tony Graham over at third base tonight. And that's Ingrid Baxter over at first base.
You showed me that, right? You gave me a note.
Yep.
I'll just show you where my mind is. Because you had third base, first base, right? So I thought they were 2 rookie umpires.
Yeah, Ingrid Baxter, the new rookie umpire at first base. There's Tony Graham.
I had no idea. It's amazing we've worked all these years how well we communicate.
I was about ready to get on Tony Graham's shoelaces. Then I realized that our first baseman has the same ones.
Yeah, be careful. 1 and 2. Ooh, close. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And a quick toss. Semien back. Samardzija out of the stretch for the first time.
Brandon Belt shoelaces.
He's got some good size flippers.
He doesn't try to hide the size 15s. And there's Tony Graham, our ball dude. Big Brandon Belt fan.
I don't think Tony is either. Canha gets jammed and hits it foul at home plate.
That ball did not cover a lot of distance. If you take a full swing and that's how far you hit it, you have to apologize to your teammates. Only one thing would have been better if it was 1 inch fair. So I think that was 1 inch foul. That's hard to do, what he just did.
It is. 2 and 2. Samardzija having to work hard to mark Canha. He's running that in on his hands, isn't he?
Well, that's 94 mile an hour 2-seam fastball. So, I mean, that's a nasty pitch with perfect location. Big time movement. If I was the bat in the hands of Canha, and Samardzija's bringing 94 mile an hour 2-seam movement boring in on me, the bat, I'd be fearing for my life right now.
Back off the plate a little bit. Josh Phegley is in the on deck circle. 2-2 to Canna. Out of play.
The quality pitch. Good job there from Canna just to fight it off. So Samardzija borne in on his hands with big time velocity sink, and then he goes away with a perfect little cutter type slider on the outside corner at the knees. And that's what Dave Righetti likes to see. His pitchers commanding their stuff.
Out to Parker, who is racing in. Now he slows down. So a long battle won by Samardzija.
Well, you have consumer problems, you get NBC Bay Area responds. Consumer investigator Chris Kimura has recovered more than $500,000 for people like you. Call 1-888-996-TIPS or visit NBCBayArea.com/response, where they will respond to every call, every email. NBC Bay Area, we investigate.
Well, I hope we never have to use them.
Yeah, if Chris Kimura comes to your door, go out the back way.
Well, I wasn't actually thinking he was going to come visit us. I was thinking maybe we would go to him.
It would be better.
And I don't really want to do that. Swinging and a miss. No balls and 1 strike to Phegley. 3 RBIs this spring. No home runs, hitting .237. Samardzija will pitch the 3rd game in that series against the D-backs, so that would be what, Wednesday. Matt Moore on Thursday, which would be getaway day. And then Matt Cain will pitch Friday night in San Diego. Out of play, look out.
Heads up.
I don't know about you, but just the last couple of days, it just seemed like we've seen more of the old Matt Cain. A little more personality. Looks like he's having some fun.
I agree 100%. I mean, he was searching for an answer all spring, and he really found it his last couple starts. He's pitching off the changeup. And when you're getting people out, it's fun at this level. It really is. When you're not fun.
Out of play again, 0-2. So a lot of foul balls, adding to the pitch count of Jeff Samardzija. He's thrown 24 strikes out of 34 pitches. Samardzija at the belt, and he got him. 2 down.
Yeah, he's really relied on that sinker tonight on that inside corner. Well, that thing just exploding down at 93 miles per hour. If you look at the movement on this thing, it almost looks like a left-hander's breaking ball, a cutter. Beautiful pitch. Beauty of being ahead the count 0-2 is you can go out of the zone and hope a guy chases. And Phegley did.
Raj Davis opened up the ball game with a swinging strikeout. And here he takes outside. Buster Posey, a snap throw. We don't see Buster do a lot of that, but why not? Right at the end of spring.
Well, on the location of the pitch, as he reaches across his body, just naturally his shoulders get cocked, and you're in position to make a throw to first base.
On the ground, Nunez will go the short way, and that'll end the inning. So a leadoff single by Simeon wasted. We will head to the bottom of the 3rd. Top of the order coming up.
Giants opening week is April 10th through the 16th. It's filled with amazing giveaways and promotions. Post-game fireworks on Orange Friday, April 14th. Johnny Cueto Shimmy Bobble Body Saturday, April 15th. It's presented by Chevron Extra Mile. And Brandon Crawford Kids Backpack on Sunday the 16th, presented by Toyota. Go to sfgiants.com/promotions and check it out.
Here's Span. Giants with a 1-0 lead. Span shows bunt, and there's a fastball at 93 for a called strike. A little hop on that fastball.
Hey, he's got a good arm. Jarrell Cotton. It's that high 3/4 release. You can see the tilt of that curveball. That's a straight downer. Used to be called a drop.
The drop. Like it drops off a table. Oh, foul.
All right, Ingrid. Woo. Heads up. All right, she was in position, and I think the railing saved her.
Heads up on the carom. And Span stays alive. Hey, the hornblower's here.
Easing into McCovey Cove.
Yep. Trying to sneak in. No. A few folks on the hornblower. And a slash to left and a base hit. Check in with Amy G. What do you got, Amy?
Oh, this one's good, Dwayne. You're going to like it. Big news announced today at the annual Play Ball Luncheon by President and CEO of the Giants, Larry Baer. Kruk and Kite signed multi-year contract extensions, so your two favorites are going to be with us a lot longer. I'm really excited about it. You know who else is? Bruce Bochy. This is what he said earlier, you guys. He said everybody loves Kruk and Kite. They're the voice of the Giants. You can't mention the Giants without mentioning Kruk and Kite. And then somebody said, now wait a second. When do you ever listen to Kruk and Kite? You're in the dugout the whole time. And his response, I've been thrown out of enough games to hear Kruk and Kite. Love you guys so much. Congratulations.
Well, thanks, Amy. That's very kind, and thanks to Bruce Bochy. But I think it's possible that people misunderstood the words of Larry Baer. I think he said multi-day contracts, didn't he?
Yeah, we're on a day-to-day deal.
Like we could be gone by Monday, you know, for the Monday game.
Well, it took a while. I mean, we were there for a while. We were starting to look at opportunities for old broadcasters in the Midwest League. We weren't getting any callbacks either.
We were going to call Bam Bam Mule and see if the Netherlands had anything going on. Belt rolls this one to third. Plouffe, that's one. And Belt's going to beat it out.
But we're happy to be back. It's been our life, and it's been a wonderful journey to be able to talk about Giants baseball. And as you pointed out in your comments today, going to work with our best friends, John Miller and Dave Fleming.
Well, the other thing too is we know how great our audience is, and I think you almost have a love affair with the audience. I mean, as much as they think of us, we think the same of them.
Oh, we're fixing to have dinner with our Giants fans for the next 6 months. Can't wait.
Dave Fleming will be in. I'll head over to the radio side. John's under the weather, and we need to get him healthy for the game on Sunday. Although I do believe he'll be doing radio tomorrow from the Coliseum. Here's Hunter Pence, who singled in the first inning. You know, Amy has some great hits over the years, I think that's the best one.
Yeah, I'm pretty fond of that one. I may say that one. That's a good one.
You always like to kid her and say, geez, can you come up with something good? And I think she nailed that one.
Let's go with A to G. The resident gamer. Aimer the gamer.
Pence waiting on the 2-0 pitch. Well, you know what? That's what you like to see a hitter do on a 2-0 pitch.
Well, perfect location, too, from Cotton. I mean, you can't run it up there and place it in a more perfect spot. But it was the speed that Hunter Pence was looking for. And, you know, when he gets it going, he'll take that pitch and smoke it off the wall in right field.
2-2.
Little cutter, and that's the first time that Pence has seen that pitch from Cotton. Anytime you're hitting off a guy you don't have a big book on, the first time you see new movement, you're at a disadvantage. But it very quickly goes in the database. If you're a pitcher and you get a guy swinging through that type of movement, you're thinking, I need to throw that again. But you never know. You may find the magic pitch, the one pitch or movement that a guy just can't see and can't hit, and then you just keep throwing it. It's magic.
And Pence, after getting ahead in the count, 2-0, strikes out swinging. Second strikeout. Cotton.
Take a look at the 87-mile-an-hour little cut. So after falling behind 2-0, 3 good pitches, 3 swing and misses.
Buster Posey had a fly ball to left. First pitch is blocked by Fegley. It's a ball and no strikes. The difference in the game, Brandon Crawford in the second inning hit an opposite field home run. And that's why the score is 1-0. And Crawford's on deck, hoping to hit. And that would be up to Posey to see if that happens. Tap fair to Bluth. That'll end the inning. No runs, a leadoff hit. 1 stranded. Dave Fleming will be in. I'll see you back here in the 7th. It's 1-0 Giants.
We have a score between the Giants and the A's. Giants right now on top of Oakland by a score of 1-0. It allows us an opportunity for the first time this year to welcome Dave Fleming into the booth. Flem, welcome.
I'm glad to be here with you, Mike. Thank you.
We had quite a time today, didn't we?
We did. Today is one of the sort of hallmark days on the baseball calendar, that downtown luncheon that kind of kicks off the baseball season in San Francisco. Great crowd, great program, new contract for you. What the heck? Life is good.
They introduced you as young Dave Fleming. And
they did.
They need to let that go. You are no longer young Dave Fleming.
This is my 15th year with the Giants. Young Dave Fleming. Yeah, okay. Well, I mean, I'll take it. I like being young. But 15 years is kind of a long time. Nice play by Hunter Pence.
I didn't think he had a chance at this one. It was sinking quickly. Well, a great first step. And he takes a base hit away from Matt Joyce. Jumping on the first pitch fastball, little top spin liner. Coming into a low backhander. That's the type of stuff that fires you up if you're Jeff Samardzija out there on the hill. Good play.
That gets a star on the score sheet.
Yeah, it does.
Now, so you and I are different because you're already using your game scorebook.
You know, I hadn't used it all spring until today.
Okay.
And that, you know, and it feels good.
Yeah, I save that for opening day. I just use the.
Well, you use one book
sheet
for a whole year.
I do. And you rotate a couple in.
Yeah, I tried to do that one book a whole year. It weighed about 20 pounds. So over the years, I kind of scaled it down.
This is a true story. We did a Cactus League game with the Brewers a couple weeks ago in Scottsdale, and Bob Uecker and his partner Jeff Levering were sitting on the on our right side, just through a glass window. We could see him, and they share a scorebook. The two of them share. That is true. Good pitch by Samardzija, 2 down. So they have this giant book, and of course it's not Uke's job to fill it out or carry it around. Jeff fills it out, lugs it all across the country.
You know what they call guys like Bob Uecker?
Yeah, what's that?
Hall of Famers. They're Hall of Famers for a reason.
He is a Hall of Famer. And literally, okay, Uke does the first 2 innings, book's in front of him, he keeps score. It's Jeff's turn to do play-by-play. He picks the thing up. You kind of need a crane. You put it over on Jeff's side, and then he keeps score.
That's brilliant stuff right there.
Chris Davis takes a strike. I couldn't remember ever seeing that before.
You know what? Someday you'll do that to a young partner.
Yep. That'll be me. Affelt, fill this scorebook out. 0-2. Samardzija looks good, doesn't he?
Yeah, he really, to me, has command of all of his stuff. And his off-speed stuff, especially the changeup, have really been good. And it's set up his fastball, which is what those off-speed pitches will do if he convinces his opponents he can get him over. Now all of a sudden you start thinking about that changeup and that 94-mile-an-hour sinking fastball. That's tough to hit.
One-two, struck him out. Nice hard slider.
Perfect location.
So Jeff Samardzija with another strikeout. 4 strong innings from him.
Toyota's One for Everyone sales event is here with incredible savings on every Toyota. Visit buyatoyota.com for amazing offers. Toyota, let's go places.
What a night in San Francisco. Dave Fleming, Mike Krukow. Next time we are here will be opening day, Monday, April 10th. Brandon Crawford, whose home run has given the Giants a 1-0 lead, takes a strike from Jarrell Cotton. So one more of these tomorrow at the Coliseum. Fly to Phoenix. Opening day Sunday afternoon. 7-game road trip back home on Monday. That was a good changeup.
Good changeup. Well, I know you're excited for the start of the season, and I think you speak for all of us. It's just a great time of year. It's just a great tradition. Opening of the baseball season.
It really is. Adam Rosales is in at second now. You can get a little over poetic about it, but there's no sport like baseball that celebrates the first day of the year as opening day is celebrated. It's just tremendous.
You know, I always like coming to the ballpark at the start of a new season just to see what the Giants have done in the offseason. They made some changes. New lights is a big plus. I mean,
so you like the new lights?
I do.
The players really like the new lights.
Well, it's really put more light in the outfield, especially.
Crawford drives that one. Another ball hit hard, this time caught by Canna.
It's a good approach. Crawford's first at bat back in the second inning, leading off. You get a high fastball from Cotton. And just smokes us. You can't hit a ball more pure the opposite way than that. Clipped it with backspin, and that was out by a bunch. Oh, he's really had a good spring. Had a great WBC.
I think that you could make an argument he was Team USA's best overall player in the World Baseball Classic.
Now, you and I, we give a biased opinion, obviously, because how much we think of him. But I think he was the guy. And John Smoltz, who was there doing color, said the same thing.
Lots of his fellow players. I mean, look, Crawford knows a lot of those guys, played in the All-Star game and whatnot. You see other players, you get to know them. But that was 2 weeks together where every day they're together.
That's the only time as an All-Star team you get to do that. I mean, most times if you are lucky enough to make the All-Star team in July, that's an exhibition. You can't get chemistry in a one-game environment. You can't find comfort in a one-game environment. Now all of a sudden you bring those guys together, your All-Star team, and you play a 2-week tournament. You're going to find, or hope to find, chemistry. They did. Took a right and won a championship. Jim Leland and his coaching staff really need to be commended on the job that they did to bring gold home for the United States. Buster Posey, Mark Melanson, Brandon Crawford, Giants that all got the gold. That was really fun to watch.
Yeah, it was.
And an all-star team, you know, a totally unique experience.
Nunez on the ground to short. Simeon throws him out. Posey hit a couple home runs. Crawford had huge hits, played his normal excellent defense. Mark Melanson got a gold medal for getting 2 outs. And his teammates for having a little fun at his expense because he only joined the team for the semifinal and championship round. And he pitched in that semifinal win. But those two, they were cornerstones of Team USA. I mean, a guy as accomplished as Nolan Arenado, who's one of the great players in the game, said, you know, I can learn a few things from watching Brandon Crawford these last 2 weeks. His approach in a big at bat, his calm demeanor.
His calm demeanor. And you say the same thing about Buster Posey. It's one of his strengths.
2 down for Parker, who walked his first time up.
A calm demeanor in an adrenaline game. That is so valuable.
It's not just a total coincidence. A little hitting lesson in the dugout. It's not a total coincidence that the Giants, with those 2 guys leading the way and others, have had all the playoff success that they've had.
Well, that's one thing we make constant reference to when the Giants are in the playoffs. is just how calm the clubhouse is.
Yeah, there's the proof.
There's the proof. You really saw it in 2014 in Game 7 against the Royals.
The ultimate adrenaline situation. Parker rips one fair. And headed for the corner. Jared Parker, for a big guy, he can move. And he'll stop at second with a 2-out double.
Take a look at the location. That's not a hanger. I mean, Cotton put that little off-speed pitch on the outside corner. And Parker goes out and hooks it in the corner. And this is something that, you know, I think it's a big hit for him as he looks for confidence going into Sunday's home opener or season opener. If you beat a good pitch, I think that means a little more to a hitter.
Yeah, both of his at-bats have been good ones. Drew the walk, took some tough pitches. Now against a very quality pitch, a double. That's a good sign for him. Panik singled his first time up. Goes after the first pitch and pops it up. Rajai Davis for out number 3. So a hit, but a runner stranded. And we will go to inning number 5 with the Giants ahead 1-0. Into the 5th inning here at AT Park. Toyota by the numbers. Giants baseball brought to you by Toyota. Toyota's One for Everyone sales event is here with incredible savings on every Toyota. Visit buyatoyota.com for amazing offers. Toyota, let's go places. Giants schedule in April, 26 games, 24 against the West, 2 interleague games in Kansas City. So an April schedule loaded with division opponents, D-backs, Rockies, Padres, and toward the end of the month, the Dodgers. Does it appear to you, as it does to almost every expert that I've seen making preseason picks, that it's going to be another year of Giants-Dodgers battling in the West?
I don't necessarily agree with that. I do think that the Diamondbacks and the Rockies are an improved club. I think it's going to be a headbanger this year in the National League West. I do think that the Giants are a good team. I think that the Dodgers are a good team, but I think you're going to see a lot out of the Diamondbacks and the Rockies this year. I think it's a transition year for San Diego. I just think it's going to be a very, very entertaining summer.
Yeah. I think I'm with you. I mean, the Rockies have had so many injuries this spring. If they had stayed healthy, I think you make a great case that they're a playoff contending team, and maybe they still are. That ball hit pretty well by Plouffe. Span got a real good jump and makes the catch. Well, we'll see. The Diamondbacks, you figure if Zach Greinke is back closer to his normal self, if Patrick Corbin is close to the pitcher we saw a few years ago. I mean, just those two guys alone. Shelby Miller doesn't have the disaster that he had last year. He's a talented guy. Just those three, and Arizona's a much better team.
Well, having A.J. Pollock healthy, too.
Yep.
I mean, he's an all-star quality player. They lost him right at this time last year.
Big time. It might have even been like this night. I think we were sitting here doing a Giants-A's game when we heard that he'd hurt himself. Good call.
So it always gets down to the one thing. The guys have to have good years.
Yeah.
I do think that the Giants and the Rockies have a similarity. I think they're extremely good defensive teams. I think if you were to compare them with the Dodgers, I think they have a slight edge in that regard. You might be able to say the same thing with Arizona.
I think that's fair. You know what? I'll even say this. The Padres, it is a transition year for the Padres, and they're pitching. Look, Yolis Chacin is going to be their opening day starter, and no offense to him. He's got some talent. He's throwing hard, trying to get his career back, but doesn't necessarily match up to the other teams in the division. But that lineup, they've got some young guys who I think have a chance to be pretty good. Hunter Renfroe's got some power. This kid who goes and gets it in center field, Margot. Yangervis Solarte is pretty good young hitter. Schimpf and Dickerson and Will Myers.
Will Myers, yeah, I think he's just blossoming. I mean, you look at his body, and he's no longer a young man. He's a man. I think he's going to have a big year. Yeah, you can't take them lightly. I mean, it's the big leagues. You just can't, especially this time of year. Early in the season, there's no verdict in. I mean, no team is scuffling. And boy, you have to play your tails off. You have to play good baseball. But it gets down to guys having good years.
Jeff Samardzija pitching tonight like he's poised to have a good year. He's throwing the ball real well.
I will say this about the Giants coaching staff. I ask them the same question every year at this time. You like this team, or are we in a good place? And to a man, they look you right in the eye and they said, yes, we are.
And those Giants coaches, they've been around a long time. They've won a lot of games. They're not prone to hyperbole.
They are not easy to impress.
They're not. 2-2. Well, speaking of Giants coaches, a new member of the Giants coaching staff is down in the dugout with Amy G.
Yeah, we've got Jose Alguacil. It's one of my favorite names to pronounce. One of our favorite people. And you endured a very scary injury in spring training. And so I put on my protective safety goggles as well. What happened? What can you remember about what happened? I know you didn't lose consciousness. And tell us about your magic healing powers, because you cannot even see a scar on you.
Well, first of all, I just want to say thank you to all the fans, the Giants organization. They were like great supporters, and you know, was one of those teams I was sitting outside, and I never fear. I mean, I've been sitting there for the last 5 spring trainings, and this time the ball just got very fast to my face, couldn't react, and I knew I was hurt. But the first thing that I went down, I thank God, because Joe Amalfitano was sitting next to me, and Bochy was sitting like 2 seats down. And I was like, thank you, God, it was me and all these guys. I mean, Joe is like my dad to me, and Bochy is a great guy. We all have a relation, and I said, well, I can take this better than them. And immediately I prayed to my dad that he passed away last year, and I said, please give me strength and keep me focused. And you know what? I never had any pain. I never had any headache. I don't know. I mean, when you get hit in the face and never get any of these symptoms, I was very lucky.
And your glasses actually saved your life. One side is prescription and one side isn't, and it hit your glasses?
Well, you know what? It's true. The Oakleys is what saved me. You know, I mean, my glasses, they are prescription, and the thickness of the glasses, I think, it saved me. You know, I mean, they take the whole hit, and I know I had a big cut right here above my eye, but I was fine. You know, and I mean, I want to see myself when I was going to the hospital. And I know I was hurt because blood was all over the place, and I was like, well, I want to see it, but they took a picture and I saw that right after. That was very scary.
It was scary. We are so glad that you are okay. And I need your reaction to this statement. Giants head athletic trainer David Greshner told me he thinks you look better after the accident.
Well, I leave it to the fans. You know, you can say something. You see me before now, you can see me too.
In all seriousness, you are such a favorite of these Giants. You know, you manage at the AAA level, and you know so many of them. What has this transition into coaching first base been like for you, and to be with these guys who just absolutely adore you?
Well, this is a dream come true. You know, I mean, can be in any better place, but here, the San Francisco fans, they're crazy. Great organization. I'm very blessed to be here.
One thing fans may not know about you, or maybe they do if they follow you on Twitter, is Jose is quite the artist, and you sketch all the time, and maybe just share what that does for you and your peace of mind. And you have a little bit of wine, too, while you're sketching, right? And cheese.
That's right. You know that part. And, you know, I like to draw. And that was last year that I take off from that part after my dad passed away. I had a rough year outside the field. And that was my outlook. They get out of and away from everything. And you know what? I got more into it, and right now I'm working and do the whole team. And I'm going to do something special with all those drawings soon. Probably about the next month, I'm going to just show them and tweet it, and, you know, I think they're going to be fun.
Fans will be impressed. You're very talented, a jack of all trades, that's for sure. Jose of all trades. We're excited that you're doing okay and that we're going to see you at first base all season. Protective helmet, protective goggles. Mike, you already have yours on. Let's get it back up to you guys.
Don't leave home without him.
Got that play by Posey, by the way. Just snatched it out of midair and tried to throw out the runner Alonso.
Well, watch. The ball goes down the dirt, hits the little finger of the glove, and he does manage to make an exchange. I don't know if he would have made that throw in the regular season, but why not? Spring training.
Why not?
Still pretty good effort.
Well, thanks, Amy, and cool to hear from Jose Alguacil, who is a new member of the Giants coaching staff. Has never, even on the day he got smashed in the face, had a bad day. I mean, that is Mr. Positive.
Well, I asked him, I go, "Do you ever see it?" Because John and I were there doing radio that day, and it was just a direct hit, bad sound, the whole works. I said, "Did you ever see it?" Because he never reacted to it. He never turned his head either way at all. And he looked at me, he goes, "Oh, I saw it real good. I wish I would have seen balls like that when I was a hitter." So, I mean, he found a way to have fun with it, but it was a very serious injury. We're glad he's back because he is one of baseball's really great guys.
I think he's going to have a positive impact on this team.
Oh, no doubt.
It's a 2-down runner at second. And Mark Canha, the hitter, against Samardzija.
You know, the cool thing about Alguacil is that, you know, this getting to the big leagues, I mean, everybody's going to pull on how he brings his enthusiasm to the yard. I mean, he's seeing the big leagues. You know, this is a big deal. And everybody's going to pull off that, and I think that's so important to have somebody like that that's seeing the big leagues basically for the first time.
2-0 from Samardzija to Canha. And he does know a lot of the Giants who've come up through the minor league system, which is so many of this team.
Alguacil never played the big leagues, and he was in professional baseball for 7 years as a player. Then he got into coaching and eventually became a manager. So for him to be in the big leagues, he's a true rookie.
A native of Venezuela, Jose Alguacil. You know who credited Jose with a lot of his development as a young player was Pablo Sandoval, fellow countryman.
Well, he's a teacher, and when you're a young player, when you trust an older player in the game or a coach, I mean, it means so much when you have somebody that understands the game, respects the game well, be your teacher, because you'll always understand it and respect it like your mentor. I mean, this may sound funny, but some of the biggest influences in my life were guys that I had that were coaching me in Little League. And along the way, I was very lucky. I mean, I was around good people my entire career. And you look back to those people that mentored you, that taught you the game, and you never forget them. I think about that. Every Junior Giants luncheon, because you see the people who are responsible for the Junior Giants program, and they're passing the game along.
Yeah.
That's a great responsibility.
2-2, and Canada just barely got a piece of it. We put in a new member of the Junior Giants Hall of Fame today, a gentleman named Angel Gonzalez from Salinas.
How about that speech?
I mean, just such a cool guy. Police officer for 18 years in Salinas, grew up there, and now has spent 8 years running the Junior Giants baseball program in Salinas. They've had 1,100 kids participate, and he has helped change a lot of lives.
Yeah, that was a powerful speech.
Very. So congratulations to him. And you're right. I mean, it does make you think of all the people along the way who helped you or folks that you knew. It's one of the great things about our game. Jeff Samardzija talks about lots of his coaches. He often mentions Ty Willingham, who's the football coach at Notre Dame when Jeff was there, and let him play baseball. You know, a lot of football coaches don't want their guys to do anything but concentrate on football, and Tyrone Willingham encouraged him to do it.
Did you get to know him when you were at Stanford?
Very well, yeah. He's back here in the Bay Area. He's a Giants fan. He watches a lot of games.
Great teacher.
Tyrone always said that his wife, who's a wonderful person, said, okay, for your coaching career, I will follow you around. When you're done coaching, I get to choose where we live. And she said, we're going back to the Bay Area. She loved it when he was at Stanford. And we agree with that sentiment.
You're talking about a personal checklist that Samardzija wanted to have tonight as his last start going into the season. And he's crossed them all off. I mean, he has had a nice feel with all his pitches. He's utilized his off-speed pitches well in counts where he's been behind. He hasn't been behind very much. He's found his rhythm out of the windup. The first time he got to the stretch in the third inning, he found his rhythm quickly. These are all important things.
2-2. Canna, one hop and a nice play by Panic. He throws him out. So who knows, 75 pitches from Samardzija could be it for him. But no matter what, he's throwing the ball real well. Real well.
Nice play from Joe Panic. Nothing routine about a routine play.
Bottom of the 5th inning, and your San Francisco Giants lead 1-0 over the Oakland Athletics. And I had a chance to catch up with Santiago Casilla yesterday when he arrived here for the 3-game exhibition series, and we chatted about how he missed his former teammates who he was able to catch up with and received a very warm welcome. And he even got not one, guys, but 2 Buster hugs. Santiago was emotional in talking about his time with the Giants. He said he had 7 years here, of course 3 World Series championships. He said the Bay Area will always be home for him, and his heart will always be with the Giants. Guys?
Good stuff. And I'm sorry, he came up with the A's, but it's still, that looks weird to me.
Seeing him in a different uni, you're right.
On this mound, on this field. A lot of years in the orange and black for Santiago.
He was a great Giant. Now a 10-year veteran, 36 years of age. Still has a great arm, great stuff. And he looks to be a key member of that A's bullpen.
Connor Gillespie is hitting here against Casilla. Still got an orange glove. Did you notice that?
Well, he talked about it. He hasn't got the new one with the green lettering, but he will. But he definitely left a lot of his heart here in this city, in this ballpark, with this organization. And yesterday, and today, it's just been a big hug fest. Everybody came over to say hello to an old friend.
That was pretty cool. That's a guy that a lot of those Giants genuinely care a lot about, Santiago Casilla. He threw a pretty good pitch there to strike out Gillespie.
Now, good curveball. He's got 5 things that he can do with the baseball, and all of them can strike you out. So one thing that really is unique about Casilla as a guy who's a late inning guy, is he can give you stuff that you normally see from a starter. 2 types of fastball, curveball, slider, changeup, all good swing and miss pitches.
Just contrast him, say, with Kenley Jansen, who throws 1 pitch, well, 2, but basically just 1 pitch guy.
Pretty much 1 pitch. Aroldis Chapman, pretty much 1 pitch.
Yeah.
They have sliders. We don't see them very often.
Denard Span, who's got a hit in 2 at-bats. Oh, and 2. Casilla in that A's uniform. What's it going to be like when we see Sergio Romo in a Dodgers uniform?
That's going to be weird.
That one's going to be strange for a lot of people.
Yeah, I'm going to feel the same way when we saw Jeff Kent in a Dodger uniform. Brett Butler. But Romo, he came up with the Giants organization. He came into professional baseball through the Giants organization. He at every level. And he was a great Giant. So, yeah, it's going to be weird.
And nobody relished those Giants-Dodgers games more than Sergio. And nobody had more of the sort of mustard to slap on those matchups than Sergio. So we'll see. Not like we really needed to amp it up anymore, but
no, that's be very interesting.
I have a feeling, one of those late game situations, tie game, 7th inning, Posey's coming up. Here comes Romo out of the bullpen.
Brian Wilson putting on the Dodger uniform.
Yeah.
That was strange.
It was very. Span stays alive. And the Giants bullpen, look, Mark Melancon is going to solidify the 9th inning. We all assume Melancon is going to be a great fit on this Giants team. But after so many years of this guy, of Romo, of Affeldt, of Lopez, The Giants had more stability and continuity in the bullpen than any team by far in the big leagues over the last really almost decade.
And they were completely different. All four of those guys, stuff and arms and arm angles that you don't normally see. I mean, you look across bullpens across the big leagues, a lot of flamethrowers. You're seeing a lot of high velocity. Well, that wasn't the case with the Giants. I mean, yeah, look, Rafael could go 92, 94. That's good velocity. Casilla on nights he could go mid to high 90s even occasionally, but they weren't really labeled high velocity guys. They had other pitches. Javier Lopez, anything but a high velocity guy with exceptional command from the side, a variety of arm angles, and then you had Sergio Romo, who was unique. High sidearm delivery with a no-dot slider that was a magic pitch.
Yep.
And impeccable command. And it just seemed like the bigger the moment, the better those guys were. All of them.
Span hanging in there. Pulled that one foul.
Look out, Ingrid.
No kidding. Stay loose over there. Part of the character of this ball yard. The ball dudes.
And the ball babes. It doesn't bother me when a ball babe has the double flap on helmet. Ooh, good pitch. Tried to go front door sink. Casilla thought he had it. But when a ball dude wears a double flap helmet,
you don't like that?
No. Yeah, the ball babes can pull it off. Dudes, sorry.
Span pops one up, kind of in no man's land, and it's going to fall. Save those for the regular season.
Yeah, I like his swing. I mean, he's definitely a different athlete this spring than what we saw last year. And for Denard Span last year, he was coming off a rehab offseason. That wasn't the case this year. This was a normal offseason to get prepared for, and he's really starting to come up with a swing, and it's just right at the perfect time. Say what you want about a little dead bird right like that last swing of the bat, but Dusty Baker used to always say, when you're getting jammed, you got a good swing.
Check swing by Belt. I'm in total agreement. I think Denard Span, and today he was one of the stars at the play ball lunch here in downtown. He was up on the player panel taking questions. Just looked totally at ease, comfortable, confident. Second year with the Giants. I think that's going to make a difference. He takes off and steals second base.
And steals it easily. Well, last year he's coming off of a serious hip injury. And I don't know. I mean, you always ask him how your legs feel, and he'll always give you the same answer. But you can see a difference this year. You can see it on the base pass, and you can see it in his range and center. Got his body back.
And I think he's going to have some chances. Brandon Belt going to be the second place hitter for the Giants in this kind of new look lineup, and we'll see how long it lasts, see how effective it is. But Belt is going to take pitches. He'll give you a chance to run, just sort of the nature of his style as a hitter. He went around there, 1-2.
That's a pitch right there that if you're hitting left-handed off it, you're kind of glad you didn't make contact, because if you did, likely you're going to hit a line drive off your ankle. Smile, Dave.
Wait a minute. Is that a Romo? From the Mexican League.
Could be a WBC jersey.
Could be. Just trying out a few different angles, see what works best.
I think he just knocked the head off his 3-iron and made it into a tool he could use with his taking selfies.
It did. It looked like the golf club selfie stick. Get that thing re-gripped.
Look at that thing. That's a unique tool. You can also turn over a tri-tip on the barbecue.
Two and two.
I think he wants to try and finish him off with a breaking ball, but he's throwing that pitch off the plate, head to count 1-2 just to set up the next pitch. This last outing was not a great outing. They let him start the game, and he wound up not being able to complete the inning, gave up 5 runs.
Pretty good breaking ball there to Belt. Alonso is going to tag out Belt. Span goes to third.
Think of the guy who usually pitches the 8th or the 9th inning and saying, you know what, we want you to start this spring training. Nothing screws a guy up more than that. When you're in the bullpen, you get the phone call, whoop, you get up, start throwing, boom, you're in the game. Now they say, well, we want you to get your work in and we want you to start this game. Now they get to think about it all night, the whole day at the yard. It completely messes up their rhythm.
Well, it looks like the trainer's coming out to make sure everything's okay. All done. Tri-tip is finished. Golf round has been played. Have a cold one.
Got his new glove. Get close to opening day. Got to get it broken in.
Well, I'm not sure what they noticed with Casilla, but he's going to stay in the game, and he must be fine. In a spring training game, you don't take any risks if there's anything wrong.
Giants A's play tomorrow, finish out the Babe Ruth series, and then Sunday the A's have off. But you're right. You would never risk anybody, especially somebody who's going to be an important part of your bullpen.
Now, what's your plan tomorrow? John and I are going to go over, and it's just a radio Giants broadcast. We're going to broadcast the game on radio.
I'm going to fly in on my own to Arizona ahead of the team.
Oh. Can I sit in your seat?
It's all yours, baby.
Okay. 1-1 to Pence. So you'll kind of get there, make sure the hotel's all set up for everybody.
Exactly. I'm the lead scout tomorrow.
Little dribbler, foul.
I will make sure you get your 6 extra pillows.
I have a long list of demands. What do they call those for a rock band? A rider? Where you?
That's right. You'll have your brown M&Ms.
Yeah. Yep. Did you get your new team issue suitcase today?
Psyched.
Yeah.
Although Smoothie was not overly excited.
Why?
Well, it's a different style. It's going to take him a couple of road trips, and I think he's going to wind up enjoying it.
He doesn't like change, our partner.
He said, no, this one's better. This one's going to sit on the luggage stand. It's going to be good. Don't worry. The other one was a fold open type that you kind of had to put on a bed or a sofa or on the floor.
Yeah.
Which is no longer a consideration.
Runner at third, Span, 2-2 to Pence, and Casilla struck him out. Not a real nice way to treat a favorite old teammate. 1-0 Giants. Home on Easter Sunday. I don't recall that happening all that often. A Brandon Crawford backpack giveaway that day. Giants and the Rockies 1:05 first pitch time. First 5,000 kids 14 and under, courtesy of Toyota. Looks very cool. sfgiants.com, the place to go for tickets. Easter Sunday, the end of that first homestand. The Giants have 4 in Arizona, 3 in San Diego. Come home for 3 against the D-backs, 4 against the Rockies. Easter Sunday, that Crawford backpack giveaway. 1-0 Giants, 6th inning. And this beautiful San Francisco night with those brand new LED lights glowing.
That's a good shot right there. You can see how left center and right center have really got more light on them than we've ever seen here.
Neil Ramirez is the new pitcher. Jeff Samardzija threw the ball really well tonight. Gives way to Ramirez. First pitch swing by Fegley. And a bloop base hit.
Neil Ramirez has been a great story this spring. Take a look at exactly what he has done in 10 games. 9 2/3 innings, 10 base runners allowed, 16 strikeouts against 4 walks. And nobody's hitting them. Opponents total 182, lefties, righties. Nobody's really getting good contact. Even that base hit was kind of a dead bird.
Bochy and Righetti really like this guy. He's had big league experience in the past.
Yeah, I mean, he's got over 2 years at the big league level, and he's going to give you a variety of looks, but I mean, he's a guy that has really shown impeccable command down around the knees on both sides of the plate, with 2 types of fastball movement, good hard curveball slider combination. Doesn't make many mistakes up.
That's at the knees. Good pitch. Rajai Davis fouls that one back out of play. You guys showed that home run he hit in Game 7 of the World Series last night, I noticed. That was a dramatic moment, to say the least.
Oh, amazing.
God. in the dirt. Posey blocked it, but has no chance to make a play on Fegley. Pretty aggressive running the bases. 2-2. That was when Rajay Davis hit that home run against Aroldis Chapman. Well, why don't we watch it again? It's just fun to remember.
Well, I mean, 7th game of the World Series. Not a hanger, knee high down and in at 98. And Rajay Davis yanks it out, tied the score. Just a remarkable eruption of emotion and noise in Cleveland.
Strike 3 called. Slightly different environment tonight for Rajay. Number 1, but that I mean I really do believe that's the moment where Cubs fans all around the world were going, oh no, it cannot possibly, no.
It's exactly what they were thinking.
We got this far. Breaking ball misses in from Neil Ramirez, who is a former Cub himself. And he gets a World Series ring.
Absolutely, he does.
He was not on the playoff roster, but he began the year with the Cubs.
That's all it takes.
Yeah. To first base, Belt feeds Ramirez, 2 down.
You know, I don't know if it's a rule. I mean, but it's something that is pretty respected across the industry. Whoever is part of that team during the course of a season, if that team wins a world championship, everybody gets a ring. Just a few days away for ring time for the Chicago Cubs.
That's right. They're going to do, I think I heard, I think I'm getting this right, kind of what the Giants have done when they've won the World Series. Adam Rosales takes ball 1, where they will raise the championship banner on their home opener, traditional Wrigley Field opening day, and then the next day do the ring ceremony. It's a good way to do it. And it gives a couple different ballparks full of fans a chance to feel like they're really a part of something special.
Which of course it is. And what has become a good tradition, the day they do get their rings, everybody will have a uniform that has gold across the emblem. Very cool.
The Giants and the Royals. Giants after 2014, 2015, and then the Royals after their World Series win coming into last year. Those uniforms just look great. 1-2.
It was a big hit in my house.
The gold.
Dad, I got to get one of those jerseys.
Yeah, that cost you. Struck out Rosales. Nasty.
Another good inning. Neil Ramirez.
Around that blue pit, it's still 1-0 Giants.
watch your favorite NBC shows and local news using an antenna, all you have to do is rescan your TV to see NBC Bay Area's stronger over-the-air signal on Channel 11. Learn more at NBCBayArea.com/rescan.
And it is a little different than the old days of holding up the rabbit ears on top of the TV trying to get rid of the static. It's a little better technology antenna-wise than it used to be. Just FYI.
I will write that down.
Ryan Madsen against Buster Posey to start the bottom of the 6th. 1-0 Giants. Veteran right-hander for the A's.
Oh, he's been a pretty amazing story. Take a look at what he's done this spring. He hasn't had a great spring. 15 base runners in 8 innings. And what's great about his story is that Madsen has been in baseball a long time. 14 years. And in 2012, he Tommy John missed the whole season. And then the following year, he pitched 1 inning in Inland Empire, A-ball. So it was basically a lost season. And then in 2014, he was just out of baseball. 2015, teed it up again, made the club in Kansas City. Got a World Series ring, big part of that team. And then last year with Oakland, had a very nice season. So he is resilient. Put it all together, he's got 12 years of big league experience, 36 years of age. And you tip to your cap to a guy who just was not going to take no for an answer. Basically 3 years out of the game. And winds up with a World Series ring.
Yeah. He's a big part of that team. Good take by Posey. Full count, 3-2. Jeff Decker in center field. J.P. Sportman in right field. A's make a couple outfield changes. Ball 4 to Posey.
Good at that.
And let's see if Posey stays in the game, or maybe going to send somebody out there to get him. Well, Buster's looking that direction. Almost like he said, I'm not sure.
Now, they may want to see another at bat.
Yeah, maybe.
He's going to get the day off tomorrow.
One thing about Buster is he, playing in those World Baseball Classic games, playing 9 innings earlier than his teammates were playing 9 innings.
10 innings.
Yeah, 10 innings, you're right. He got into shape fast, catcher's shape. When we talked to Crawford about his WBC experience, he was trying not to just totally poo-poo actual Cactus League games, but basically he was saying, man, this is a lot better tune-up for the real games than spring training. That one is hit pretty well to center field. Jeff with an A. Decker makes the catch.
Yeah, you're talking about the Rajay Davis home run and the electricity was in Cleveland in the 7th game of the World Series. You can't duplicate that in March. It's not possible.
Not possible.
However, the WBC was pretty cool. And I mean, to bring that type of adrenaline into a baseball game in March, it was amazing. Now, if you're one of the players on that team, well, now all of a sudden after the series or the tournament's over, you got to come back to reality, to a regular spring training game. It's got to be a little deflating.
I think it was. Nunez rips one, but right to third. There's one. That's 2. It all ended so fast, Mike. Dwayne Kuiper's coming back over to join Mike Krukow right after this.
Good to see you again, partner. MLB.com @bat mobile app. You can stay connected to the game's best players all season long with Game Day, live game video highlights, radio broadcast stats, news, and much, much more. Download MLB.com @bat today. It's your #1 app for live baseball. We're going to the top of the 7th inning. It is 1-0 Giants, and here again to tell you all about it, Dwayne Kuiper.
All right, Mike, as we look at a really good-looking family. And Chris Davis takes a called strike. And the pitch is down low. Is this still Ramirez?
Neil Ramirez going out there for, I don't think he's going to be allowed to pitch a whole inning. Very efficient in his pitch count in the first inning he pitched last inning.
And Davis, who just swings hard, pops this one up, and Buster Posey's going to watch this one fall out of play.
Chris Davis does not get cheated.
I know. As hard as he swings, you have to be tired by July. Out of play.
Now, we saw him in Milwaukee in 2014, 2015. 2015 especially, I mean, he had 392 at-bats, had 27 home runs, and we're thinking, this guy's got some TNT in his hands.
Yep.
Last year, his first year with the A's, 555 at-bats, 42 home runs, 102 RBIs. You talk about putting yourself on the map in the eyes of the baseball world. Those are the numbers. He can hit the ball as far as anybody in the game.
Giants with a 1-0 lead. Cap foul. A lot of foul balls tonight. I know. I was sitting over on the radio side going, another foul. I had that down pat. Swinging a foul.
How was it over there?
Swinging a foul. Doing good. No more Lee Jones. We have Darren Chan over there, who's taken over this year as our engineer, our producer.
Saw Stephen Oakert finishing off his warm-up pitches.
Another 2-2 pitch. Here it is to Chris Davis. Tap slow to the third. Nunez charging. He's got it. His throw.
You talk about Eduardo Nunez, who had to take some time off from his everyday duties because he had a little flare up in his shoulder, had a cortisone shot. When you have to make the spectrum of throws, if you've had some soreness in your arm, is this the throw that you're concerned with?
You know, I tell you what, you've had a sore arm before. I like throwing underhand if I had a sore arm. Kind of took the pressure off of everything.
Yeah, I think you're right.
But anything that you have to hurry is the one where it's going to be a tester to a tender arm. And Nunez had to hurry. So the answer to your question is yes.
Yeah, really, when you have a sore arm, I don't think any throw really feels good. Yep, Seagulls are starting to assemble.
No balls and 1 strike. Remember Eddie Feiner?
Oh yeah, king in his court.
Yeah. So I mean, for our young audience, Eddie Feiner was a softball pitcher, and he probably pitched until he was 75, and he never had a sore arm. Never had a sore arm, so that gives you an idea what the natural motion is to throw if you don't want a sore arm. And there's a swing and a miss by Klug.
And that's going to be it for Neil Ramirez, an outstanding outing.
Not suggesting, Mike, that you could make a comeback now, throwing like Eddie Feiner.
That ship has sailed, partner.
Oakland coming in. Ramirez, nice job departing. 2 outs here in the 7th. 1-0 Giants. As the Giants bring in the lefty Stephen Oakland.
Oakland had a great spring. This is what he's done in 10 games, 9 1/3. He's given up 7 base runners, 5 strikeouts, 0.96 ERA.
And it's going to be Ryan Healy's going to hit. Hitting for Alonso. And just inside, 1 ball and no strikes. We're in the 7th. A Brandon Crawford home run to lead off the 2nd is the difference. Swinging a foul. This is one of the really good young players in the American League. So it's a ball and a strike. And it just misses. Simeon's on deck.
Missed.
High pop up down the right field line and out of play. Two and two to Ryan Healy. How about the job by Ramirez? Allowed a base hit to Fegley to open up the 6th. And then 2 ground balls and 3 strikeouts. The pitch to Ryan Healy, and that'll end the inning.
Good breaking ball.
So, Giants are coming up. It's 1-0 San Francisco. go to the bottom of the 7th inning. And the A's have a new pitcher. It's Sean Doolittle.
Take a look at the spring that he has had. A little slow in getting it going, but as we mentioned before, guys with good fastballs, they usually come on late in spring. Doolittle, 7 strikeouts against 1 walk in 5 1/3. A hard thrower. You're going to see a good fastball that's mid and at times high 90s. Kind of a slurvy breaking ball and change up, but you're going to see a lot of fastballs.
Yorkis Hernandez will hit for Parker, and there's a big chopper to third. 1 out. So Healy is at first. Chapman is now at third. I knew Chapman was in the game somewhere. There's Panic, lefty against lefty. Panic is 1 for 2.
I always like the matchups watching Panic against a good fastball. Against the pitcher who's going to show him a good fastball. Not an easy hitter to throw a fastball by.
A swing and a foul straight back. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike. A's have 2 hits in the game. The Giants with 6. Takes low. Is that Marrero on deck?
It is.
Yes, it is. I'm going to look forward to those at-bats with him.
Well, I mean, he has been very entertaining all spring long. Chris Marrero has been the talk of Giants camp.
Two pitch coming up to Joe Panic. Here it is. Out of play. Another nice crowd here on a Friday night. I don't see too many empty seats.
A lot of smiles. Everybody got into their closet, broke out their Giant stuff. Pretty good 2-2 pitch right there.
And we don't have enough Giant stuff. We're going to hit the dugouts there again.
I know. That is not the first time she's had that hat on.
And Panic will take the walk. So Marrero's going to hit with Panic at first. Floyd Turbo, welcome to the yard.
That's a good one.
We said when the Giants handed those out last year that we were not going to see the end of them.
Oh no, if there's ever a hat that was made for Northern California to watch baseball in the summertime, you're looking at it. That's the one.
All over the place. Here's Marrero, the hit of the spring. And he takes high, 1 ball and no strikes. Eight home runs, 15 RBIs, and that includes a home run against Puerto Rico that we include. Panic scurries back.
John Miller is going to feel better that you said that. Our partner so upset that Marrero didn't get the credit in the statistics.
Well, John just didn't like the answer back as to why it didn't count.
Now, he asked, and they said,
well, the game against Puerto Rico really didn't count. And John was like, oh, so all these other games count.
And every time he would take it at bat, they would show his stats. He would retell the story.
Okay. 1 ball and 1 strike to Marrero.
Our beloved partner, John Miller.
Down low, 2-1. Hope he's back tomorrow. Probably will be. Do the radio with Dave Fleming.
A little under the weather, had a little sinus infection or just some sinus problems.
Two balls and 1 strike. 2-2.
That's one you hope you see again.
So during the exhibition season, our fans are allowed to do the wave because this game doesn't count.
Doesn't count.
Two balls, 2 strikes. Swinging a flare into center field and diving and making the catch is Jeff Decker.
Another good at bat from Marrero. Great play from Jeff Decker. The ball had some slice that was working its way away from Decker, the center fielder. And this is a backhander just about parallel to the ground.
Nice play, and the hitter will be Spain. Span, a couple of hits tonight. Lines this one right at Simeon, and that's going to end the inning. So through 7, it remains on the Crawford home run. The Giants 1 and the A's nothing.
Tomorrow at noon for the final game of the Bay Bridge Series from Oakland. And join us on CSN Bay Area Sunday at noon for Giants pregame live before the Giants open of the season against the Arizona Diamondbacks. Madison Bumgarner, Zach Greinke, and then we will be back with you on NBC Bay Area and the Giants Television Network 2 weeks from tonight on Friday, April 14th at 7 for the Giants and the Rockies from here at AT Park.
Hunter Strickland, the new pitcher for the Giants. It's a 1-0 lead. It's been that way since the 2nd inning. So Strickland will face Marcus Simeon, the bottom 3 in Bob Melvin's lineup.
9 strikeouts and 9 1/3 for Hunter Strickland.
Simeon with a big swing and a foul straight back.
Strickland, like all power arms, really started to put together his velocity towards the end of spring. We have a new catcher, Tim Fidorovich.
And Gorkis Hernandez is in left.
And Gorkis Hernandez in left.
Up high and wide, and it's a ball and a strike.
I mean, that's really one of the reasons why a lot of managers and coaches, they don't trust guys that hit a lot of home runs early in spring. Simply because the guys who have the power arms and the hard throwers, they're not throwing hard early in spring. We've been talking about Chris Marrero, who's had 8 home runs in his spring training with the Giants. I mean, he spread them out from the beginning all the way to the end.
Good breaking ball, 2-2.
And a good breaking ball and a 2-0 count. We'll see more of that this year with Hunter Strickland, because he's well known in the game right now. When you get in that batter's box against him, you're not thinking about anything but old 99.
Skied out to Hunter Pence in right field. And Simeon retired for 1 out. And here's Mark Canha. Canha tonight has popped out and he's rolled out to Joe Panik. And a good breaking ball, and it's 0-1. You throw as hard as Strickland, a lot of times hitters just will not swing at the breaking ball.
But I think it's frustrating too for a hard thrower that you make a good pitch, guy doesn't swing at it, umpire doesn't call it. Now all of a sudden you miss on that first pitch breaking ball, and guess what you have? A 1-0 count, and that hitter's going to be looking fastball. So what I think Strickland has learned with the breaking ball is you don't have to be so fine with it early in the count, because guys aren't looking for it.
Thrown him 3 in a row.
Well, that had some hang to it. Roberts sitting on the outside corner wanting that pitch off the plate out of the strike zone, and it hung in there.
Eighth inning. Off of Fedorovich. No balls and 2 strikes. Strickland on the same page as Fedorovich. Foul back.
Now that was the location that he shook to. Shook off a slider, shook off a fastball away. He wanted that fastball in on the hands, and he absolutely planted that fastball right where he wanted it. Set the target.
Okay, kind of pull those arms in and put a good swing on it.
Canha's quick, middle in. You're going to get in there, and he did.
Goes at him again with a fastball. It stays at 0-2. Hey, look, 0-2 doesn't hurt to bounce one.
Or 2.
You ready for a day off? Come on, this is 2 days in a row.
I know, we're leaking oil.
1-2. Look what happened to John.
Yeah, spring training can wear you out.
Yeah. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Rolled over to Nunez. And Nunez just threw a terrific sinker or cutter.
I think it's the best cutter we've seen this spring. I mean, he normally has a pretty accurate arm. This was not even close, and he had all the time in the world. And Brandon Belt never had a chance. It's rare to see a big league infielder to miss his target by that wide a margin.
As soon as it left his hand, he started to yell. You know what? That's one you just get out of your system now.
Can't explain it.
Here's Josh Fagley. Fagley skies one to left. It's Hernandez going back, and he'll put it away.
Just a little towards the end of the bat.
Yeah, Fagley had the right swing on it. Here's Jeff Decker. I mean, look, the Giants will play Sunday, and then what happens after that?
Day off.
Day off.
We're going to need it.
We're going to need it. Breaking ball misses. 1 ball and no strikes.
Madison Bumgarner hats. They wear them well.
I think women can look good in any kind of hat or cap.
Yep.
I just think they could pull it off.
Well, we were talking about the double flap helmet. I mean, that's another example of it. Ingrid, our ball babe at first base, she has a double hat flap helmet, pulling it off.
Looks good.
There's Ingrid. Tony on the other side, the ball dude with the double flap.
Hit into the gap. Can Span get there? He cannot. This is going to tie the game. Crawford's going to get the relay, and it's going to be late. So Decker ties it up, and it's 1-1. So the air comes back to hurt. Decker kind of backspin that one right into the alley.
Now upsetting for Strickland, because when you have an infielder make an error like that, the first thing you say is, I'm going to pitch through that. I'm going to pick my infielder up. We're talking about Decker being one of the really bright young players in the American League. This is an example of it. And you can take a look with 2 outs. Kind of getting a good jump, and he's thinking score from the get-go. And we got a new ball game.
There's a curveball to Matt, that J.P. Sportman.
Look at it.
Runs in tight at 94. 1 ball and 1 strike. One and 2. So Decker at second. Down low, 2 and 2. Three hits now for the Oakland A's. On the ground to Belt, and Belt will go to the bag. That'll end the inning. The A's tie it up, so we'll go to the bottom of the 8th. And Belt will hit first. It's 1-1. Top of this inning, and now the new pitcher is Ryan Dull. We've got multiple changes, and we're just going to wait before we start to roll it out because we don't know who they are.
Well, one guy we do know is the new pitcher, and that's Ryan Dull. Take a look at his spring training. It's been solid, 2-0 with a 2.84 ERA, 6 base runners and 6 1/3. And you know, he really is the hero of the little guy. If your son or daughter is not going to be a tall person as they grow older, well, watch Ryan Dull. He's 5'9", 175 pounds, built more like a second baseman than a pitcher.
And Belt singles up the middle on the first pitch. I do know that the new catcher is Ryan Lavarnway, because it's easy to spot his number. Not from that angle, but from our angle. So that's Lavarnway. Wendell is at short, and Lambo is in left field. Pence drives one to right, and it's chasing Sportman back. It's over his head. Belt to third. Pence has got a double.
Okay, that's a great read from Brandon Belt's perspective. I mean, you can't make that decision too soon. If you're a runner first base, you have to make sure that ball is going to get over the head of that right fielder.
I didn't think it was. I mean, you're right. Belt did a good job.
Guys have been waiting for Hunter Pence to do this very thing, drive that ball to right field. And let's watch Belt, how he identifies the flight of that ball. And he's gone. Boom. Can't get doubled up in that situation. Good read.
So here's Fedorovich, and a big swing and a miss.
Pure strikeout situation for Ryan Dull.
Fedorovich goes around, nothing in 2. He's got nasty stuff. Joe Fossey was talking about him. He said, look, we got 3 or 4 guys that could close, and he's one of them.
When you look at his numbers last year, 74 1/3, he struck out 73 against 15 walks, allowed only 50 hits. I mean, those are big-time numbers. His ERA in 70 appearances, 2.42. That's a great year.
So he knows how to strike people out, and that's what he needs here.
And if you're Fedorovich, I mean, you're trying to put the ball in play. A medium depth fly ball is probably going to be enough to score Bell to third.
This is not going to do it. As it'll be Healy who puts it away. 1 out. Here's Crawford.
Has had an outstanding spring wherever he's played, whatever uniform he's worn. And that is the first time we've seen the new rule for the intentional walk. Bob Melvin put up 4 fingers, and there were not 4 pitches thrown. They simply put him on first base.
I looked down to see what was going on, and I looked up, and Crawford was walking to first. I missed the whole thing. It is, fouls it back. It's no balls and 1 strike. This does not go on the pitcher's pitch count. And I think that's it's a good call.
Well, it doesn't count in his pitch count, but it counts in his stats. He just issued an intentional walk.
And tight, 1-1.
That kind of felt weird, I got to be honest.
It's kind of like backyard baseball, isn't it? Tap, could be a pair. That's 1. Not in time. Nunez can run, and the Giants take the lead.
Do you think if the A's had played back normal depth, double play depth, they would have been able to turn that?
Maybe. I mean, you're right. I mean, look, then Simeon can come in as opposed to backpedal.
Because he rocks back on his heel, and he still made a pretty nice turn of it. I mean, the point you make about Nunez, he runs well. It's one of his talents.
So scoring his belt. Now Hernandez will get.
Not much of a backswing. Gets out of the box quickly. That's a 4-2 from the right side.
Here's Hernandez, runners at the corners. And it's low, 1 ball and no strikes. Pence is at third. Nunez is at first. Swing and a miss. 1 ball and 1 strike to Gorkis Hernandez. When you really look at it this way, Gorkis Hernandez made this 25-man roster, but by what he did last year.
Really has been looking for his swing all spring. He's starting to feel better, starting to use his hands more.
1 and 2.
But what he brings to the table is a tremendous glove. Barraclough getting ready to pitch the 9th.
In the dirt. 2 and 2. Both teams have scored a run here in the 8th. The A's to tie, the Giants to take the lead. Hit into right field, but it's right at Sportman, and that'll end the inning. Giants on the board with a couple of hits and a fielder's choice. 9th inning coming up. of everything orange and black. Check out Pregame Live and Postgame Live before and after every regular season Giants telecast on CSN Bay Area, authentic Bay Area sports. It's the last time we may say that.
How about that? And how about that score? Giants up 2-1 as we go to the top of the 9th inning. Derek Law, the new pitcher. Take a look at what he has done in 10 games. 8 strikeouts against 7 walks and 9 2/3.
And Rosales with a swing and a miss. 1 ball, or make that no balls and 2 strikes.
Wow, a lot of similarities in his throwing action to that of Tim Lincecum. Anchors that right arm down, then he gets right up on top. With Law, he can come at you with velocity. They can go low to mid-90s. Got a curveball, slider, and a change up.
We let that one fly at 95.
He's got a good arm. All good stuff.
Got him.
Fastball for the payoff pitch. We see Derek Law in a lot of late inning situations this year.
This is Max Schrock is pinch hitting. And a pitch down low. We're in the 9th. It's a 2-1 lead for the Giants. On the ground and into right field, a base hit. You pointed out something about a half an hour ago that there was a pretty good women's basketball game on. I see UConn had won 111 straight.
Yeah, remarkable winning streak. Ended tonight against Mississippi State.
Somewhere Will Clark was celebrating.
Will Clark, a Bulldog with the Mississippi State. Jeff Brantley.
Here's Chapman. Chapman takes a strike. It would have definitely been a terrific night had the Lady Stanford team won today, but they did not. Swing. Even a miss. Nothing in 2.
It's a big reason why the Giants are going to have an off day on Monday. Play Sunday, have off day Monday. It's also the NC2A Finals for the men, which is being held in Phoenix. Literally block away from Chase Field where the D-backs play.
I think they're playing that game, Mike, where the Arizona football team plays. The football stadium, which only seats about 90,000.
Meaning the one in Glendale where the Phoenix or the Arizona Cardinals play? Wow. I thought they were downtown.
Yeah, I think now that the venues that they choose are a place where they can hold 50, 60, 70,000. One and 2 for Chapman.
Well, we see traditionally in baseball where there'll be an opening day and then teams will get an off day right next to the opening day to make sure if there's inclement weather, they get that opening day in. That's not really a consideration when you're playing in a dome field in Arizona.
And I think if I heard the story correct, the Diamondbacks went to Major League Baseball and said, look, can we play this game on Sunday, the opener, instead of Monday, because of that reason. Down the right field line, Pence is going to play it on a hop. Moving over to third will be Schrock. And now the time runs at third base with just one out. And it'll be Healy, the really good young hitter for the A's, to try to tie this game up.
Now for Derek Law. Giants playing their middle infielders at double play depth. That's a good strike again. I mean, that could have gone either way, but it was a pitch down. Pitch for the ground ball early, pitch for the strikeout late. You can get to a 2-strike count. But I think Law, I think he's thinking strikeout.
Foul. That was up a little bit.
Look out, Chip Hill. And our ball dude, Tony Graham, getting a little work. All right, Tony. Ooh. That's a wrist burger right there.
That's indeed what it is. Good block. Runner's going to go. There's Fedorovich, a bluff throw. Down to second goes Chapman. And now you have to go for the strikeout.
Yep. And you get 3 pitches you can throw out of the strike zone. And I think Fedorovich is telling him that, look, you don't have to throw a strike here. You throw it in the dirt, I'll block it. Let's get this strikeout, kid. I believe in you.
Got him.
So he got him to chase. And that's the strikeout he was pitching for. So the pep talk from Fedorovich works.
95 at the knee. So here's Andrew Lambeau. So Lambeau is going to hit. Takes low.
Nice play from Fedorovich. Can't sit too sedentary. Runner at third base. It's a tie and run. And he was sitting away after he crossed him up and came across the plate.
And a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Give it into the fastball on a 1-0 count. Lambeau, pretty good spring, couple of big flies, 7 RBIs.
Right now, Derek Law doesn't look like he's an easy guy to catch, because his ball is moving a lot.
Staying away from that breaking ball. I doubt he'll give in with just a straight challenge fastball here with a base open on a 3-1 count.
He's got Lavarnway, the catcher, who's on deck, and he's a right-handed hitter. And he walked him.
So that's smart use of a first base. Mark Gardner now going to start getting the bullpen going. I think Bruce Bochy does not want to do. He does not want to expose Law to a 30-pitch inning if he can help it.
22.
So Gomez, the right-hander, heading down.
And a strike. And it's 0-1. See your base runners. They're loaded. Out of play, nothing in 2.
94-mile-an-hour fastball.
Had a good one tonight. Law gets the sign from Fedorovich. Down low.
Nice.
1 and 2.
Block. Fedorovich. Oh, 2. You know it's going out in the dirt. Gets a short hop, covers it up. Everybody stays put. Spitting cotton balls right now.
Up the middle. Crawford to Bell, got him, and that's the ball game. I had that as a base hit all the way.
No doubt about it.
Coming out of nowhere was Brandon Crawford moving to his left. And there's the reason why he's going to accept his Gold Glove at some point this year.
Oh, and a nice 2-strike at bat. Go right back up the middle. Looked like the ball actually did hit second base.
So the Giants win this one by a final of 2-1. Very interesting here in the 9th inning, but they walk away with a win. Giants win 2-1. We'll have more. Stay with us right after this.